What is up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel for another one. Real quick, if you haven't done so already, please smash those likes and or subscribe and leave a comment. It's a free and great way to show appreciation to my channel. But before we get started, I just want to let you and everybody else know that I am now on TikTok. My handle is TV with Trey. I'm now on TikTok, the clock out. That is absolutely correct. My content is usually between 5 seconds and 3 minutes, but if you're wondering how can I make content for 5 seconds, ask no further. Go over to my channel and find out, watch my videos and see how I can make content about crypto within 5 seconds. Make sure you give me a follow. I would greatly appreciate it, and we're going to go straight to the news. I had this big ordeal of what I was going to talk about, but then as I was actually creating the video before, I'm like, wait a minute, let me start this video over because it just all clicked to me. But I'm going to go over, some Bitcoin news, and then I'm going to talk about what just clicked. But just in, one of the world's largest airlines, Emirates, is now going to accept Bitcoin payments. And I believe they're going to launch an NFT also. And for those that don't know, the Emirates is embracing new technologies such as the metaverse and NFTs to expand its reach, according to the COO of Emirates. And Emirates is one of the largest airlines in the United Arab Emirates. UAE announced that it has plans to implement Bitcoin payments and launch NFTs to be traded through a company's website. This is absolutely insane. This is crazy. This is bullish, despite the fact that Bitcoin is trying to get back above 35K. I say 35K because that's when I noticed the crypto market was down. Right now, Bitcoin is at about $30,700 and some change, but the market is finally trying to pick up. And every time there is FUD, and every time a market is crashed, and every time something like that happens, the bigger investment firms are buying up all the Bitcoin. The bigger investment firms are doing it. And I can guarantee you, probably next year on the balance sheet, this airlines, I don't know how this airlines, do it, but I can guarantee you they have some form of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency to have in their stores. Because I used to work at a Kroger, some time ago, and in order to accept payment, what do you have to have? You have to have that said form of payment that you're actually going to accept to actually understand it, i.e., as a cash register, they had to set up tills, and they had to put so much amount of money in the tills just in case somebody actually gives you cash, right? Because you are accepting cash as a form of payment. Well, since all these other companies and this large airline is accepting Bitcoin as form of payment, it would only make sense to have said form of payment before you actually receive Bitcoin as payment. Does that make sense? I'm telling you, folks, that is absolutely insane. I'm glad to see every airline company, well, not every airline company, but one of the largest airline companies are starting to accept Bitcoin as payment. Companies don't want to be the first, and they definitely don't want to be the last. But I can guarantee you the companies that are actually putting that risk out there, saying that they are adopting Bitcoin as payments, those will be the ones to be remembered in the books when it's time to be remembered. I'm telling you, folks, it's happening, it's here, and it's going to be insane. But moving on to what has been in the news a lot lately. Trust in stablecoins, infinitely more important than collateral. And I can guarantee you it is way more important than collateral, because with this Terra fiasco, a lot has happened. For those that don't know, Terra was a stable coin. Well, it still is a stable coin, but it caused the market to completely crash. And a stable coin is supposed to be a cryptocurrency that protects from the wild volatility that makes it difficult to use digital assets for payments or as a store of value. For example, if Bitcoin was 50,000, and I believe Bitcoin was going to drop from 50,000 to 3,000, and I just knew it because I was a TA analyst, right? If I was a TA analyst and I believe Bitcoin was going to drop from 50K to 3,000, I would move my $50,000 worth of Bitcoin to a stable coin, because the stablecoin is supposed to be a 1-to-1 ratio pegged to the US dollar or said countries currency, right? Well, I then transfer my $50K to a stablecoin and I secure that $50,000 in USD because it's a stablecoin. It's supposed to be stable. It's 1-to-1. It does not go up. It does not go down. Okay, we get it. Hence, stablecoin. However, the recent fiasco of the Terra stablecoin has proved the fact that stablecoins aren't necessarily so stable anymore, and it's the wild west. And I hate to say that term because Gary Gensler, the SEC chair Gary Gensler, has said that this was the wild west, and I believe that he was actually talking about something like this. If you know what, I got my conspiracy hat on, and it's Friday, happy Friday, and I'm going to actually say it. But what if he wasn't talking about XRP? What if he has to bring this lawsuit over because the paperwork actually says that you need to do this so XRP can be written on paper as the only digital asset that can be used as a form of payment, as well as XLM for cross-border payments and for CBDCs, right? Okay, we got that out the way. But what if he's really talking about stable coins? What if this was a planned attack to let people know that stable coins can and will be volatile? Because you got over $500 million that was cashed out on the market that's caused the entire crypto market to drop. Now you got every leader in government saying stable coins aren't good, saying stable coins are risky. Yeah, we had the Tether issue where there was a rumors that says every time Bitcoin pumps, Tether was being pumped and created out of thin air, which that may have been the case, but that case has been over and resolved. They have to pay a fine and then go on with it, right? What if this was different? What if this was the way to make a good crisis be used and implemented to try to make regulation for stable coins? This could very well be it. And here's the reason why. Because now you got people coming out saying that the most important thing is that it holds its peg, because then the single unit of account begins to be unreliable and unusable. So what happens when the cryptocurrency or a stablecoin becomes unreliable and unusable? That trust line becomes null and void. It's going to make you not want to use a stablecoin, because guess what? Once that narrative comes out that a stablecoin is unreliable, then guess what? The governments are going to come in and say, oh, okay, well, you can't trust Tether, or now you can't trust Terra stablecoin. But guess what? We have a new stablecoin that you can trust. And I can guarantee you it's probably going to be USDC. And I believe that USDC is already the digital dollar that was being talked about back March of 2020 during the relief fund. But they had to take it out because everybody was so scared, because they didn't want to have a digital dollar, because they thought it was going to be like the, unforeseeable, to where the banks are going to have control over, where the feds are going to have control over. But no, that's not the case, because Congressman Tom Emmer already created a bill that's hopefully gets approved, saying that the feds can't directly issue a CBDC to an individual. And that they also said that if a CBDC is going to be sent out to an individual, it can't be about the feds, and we have to have that same transparency, but yet still have that privacy, as I am going to the bank, taking out $500 and giving it to my wife out of my wallet to put it into her purse or to her wallet. It still has to be transparent, but it still has to have that private sector, and it's to allow customers to do what they will and what they want with their money. But then that's when the government steps in and says, you can't use that stablecoin anymore. Why would you use that stablecoin? It literally dropped down to 36 cent or 46 cent. Why use that? We're banning that one. Just go ahead and use USDC. Why not? Because it's already been created. There's no issues. They haven't been sued. The creators of that haven't been sued. The creators of that are actually from Circle. They're in it pretty well. They're nice people. Why not use that one? The government does not simply create, but they adopt. And they are trying to take out the cryptos that they cannot adopt and that they do not like. I'm telling you, folks, and here's the reason. And as I was going over this, I was just like, let me take a little bit step further. Here's a little bit step further. This is Gary Gensler actually talking about how he's coming for stablecoins, because nobody talked about stablecoins until this man got in office. Nobody talked about stablecoins until he got into office. Let me play it for you.
Further, these stablecoins may be securities and investment companies. To the extent they are, we at the SEC will apply full investor protection under what's called the Investment Company Act and other laws on these products. And I look forward to my colleagues on the President's Working Group led by Secretary Yellen. We're doing a project, a report in this area. Further, these stablecoins may be securities.
But you see what I'm saying, folks? That's what I'm talking about, stable coins. And he keeps highlighting stable coins and how stable coins are not good, how stable coins can be securities. Now, you see also earlier today, Binance also said that they were ceasing savings accounts for the Terra stablecoin, as well as they're delisting the staking mechanism for Terra stablecoin. So can you honestly really believe that what is going on, that they're trying to open a line and pave way for an actual government stablecoin, i.e. the digital dollar? I've thrown this term up back and forth saying the USDC is the stablecoin, USDC is the digital dollar. The USDC stablecoin is actually a CBDC. Why can't it be both? It just be classified something different. I mean, because right now the USDC is stablecoin has now been integrated on the Stellar blockchain. That part can be considered a stablecoin. While as we know, it could also be integrated on the XRPL that could be centered on the private sector as a central bank digital currency. Why not? I mean, you can have stablecoins on both sides and you can have CBDCs on both sides. So why not make it that way? One digital asset can have two different names for one digital asset can have two different names on each blockchain. Why not? It's cryptocurrency. We done seen a lot of weird things before. We done seen a lot of black swans before. So why not? Why not? But yeah, that's my thought process behind it. I just need to get out, the Bitcoin achievement for Emirates. I'm glad that's happening, but we need to keep an eye on this because you just never know what is going to happen. The fact that now the U.S. Secretary of Treasury, Janet Yellen, is actually saying that we now need to regulate stable coins when the word stablecoin had died out. How does that work? Make that make sense. Stablecoins have actually died out, but then this happens. Folks, this was a planned attack to start their agenda. And if you're going to start seeing the word stablecoins in here a lot more, you are. Mark my words. Eventually, most of stablecoins are going to be completely wiped out except USDC. And we already know XRP could be deemed as a stablecoin also, because I pretty much talked about it in the last video. The XRP could be set at $5,000 or $10,000 and it does not move. Hence the lawsuit. There's a lot of ways the XRP can be deemed, but not a security. Not a security, at least in the form of what we're thinking. I'm a firm believer in crypto. Liquidity and mass adoption, use case, liquidity, mass adoption, but something just does not add up when it comes to this Terra stablecoin issue that crashed the market. because I always tell you, watch what they do and not what they say. But in this case, you have to watch what they do and watch what they say, because stablecoins was brought up more than 1,000 times in the year of 2021 when this man came into office. I'm going to say he came into office about 2020. Don't quote me on that. But there was a lot of things that happened when this man came in. Stablecoins. What's the real agenda? What is the real agenda here? All right, that's my rant on stablecoins. I'm happy to see a lot of Bitcoin adoption going on. Again, you have to have some form of said currency before you can accept it as payment. I.e., I believe Emirates owns Bitcoin. Therefore, they're accepting it as a form of payment. I.e., when I worked at Kroger as a cash register, the managers and supervisors had to supply my till with a form of payment for me to give customers so we can actually accept cash back. So watch what they do when it comes to that. But when it comes to the chair and government, watch what they do and watch what they say when it comes to stable coins. All right, everybody, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna talk about the price. If you made it this far, please make sure you smash the likes and hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell so you will be notified any and every time I post another video. And don't forget to follow me on TikTok. It's TV with Trey. All right, the crypto market is up 1.3 trillion. Bitcoin dominance at 44.3%. Bitcoin at 30,592. We got Ethereum at 2,099. BNB at 306, XRP at 44 cents, Cardano at 57 cents, up 27%, Solana $52, Dogecoin 91 cents. What? No, I wish. 9 cents, Polkadot $11. We got Avalanche at $35. Route Bitcoin at 30,546. Shiba Inu under a penny. Tron at $7. Matic 71 cents. Litecoin, I haven't talked about Litecoin in a minute. I think I'm gonna talk about Litecoin next time. $71.73. We have Crow at 19 cents. Bitcoin Cash, we got FTX $31.89 and Bitcoin Cash at $214.03. All right, everybody. That would do it for me. Again, please make sure you smash the likes, hit the subscribe button, and click the notification bell so you'll be notified any and every time I post another video. My question for you is, do you think this was planned? As always, stay focused, stay locked in. Peace.